Hi there, this is Carlos Saldivar. The following is my presentation on a cross-comparison study between the countries of the United States, Hong Kong, and Singapore. As a math teacher, it's not only my job, but it's also my passion to lower the effective filter by providing students with what they need to reach a deep level of understanding of the content and be successful. However, the U.S. is failing to deliver a high quality education to its students. It was amongst the lowest performing in math. According to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, the U.S. was ranked number one in the country, with 29% of its 18 to 29-year-olds not reaching an adequate level of numerical proficiency. I chose Hong Kong because as I began to dip my feet in the research for this class, I discovered that Hong Kong was amongst the top performing countries, not only in math, but also in other areas such as math, science, and reading, according to the PISA. In 2015, Hong Kong ranked number 2 with an overall mean score of 548, and in 2018, which was the most recent results available to us, Hong Kong remained among the top performing countries, improving its score to 551. Singapore is in the same boat as Hong Kong. In 2015, they ranked number 1 with a mean score of 564, and in 2018, they were able to improve their score to 569, remaining among the top countries. The issue is many contributing factors: math anxiety, low foundational schools, lack of motivation, pedagogical strategies by the teachers, student-teacher relationships. These are all drivers that can contribute to the underachievement in math around the country and the United States. As seen by this chart, the results from an international assessment of basic skills found that 58 million American adults have low skills in working with and using mathematical information, numeracy. This is equivalent to 1 in 4 working adults, 1 in 3 high school graduates, 30% of the adult population. Also, as we can see, the average for the countries was 269. The U.S. Ranked below the average at 253, with 20 countries ranking above us. In my research, my focus was on what the countries of Singapore and Hong Kong are doing correctly. What strategies are they successfully implementing that make them more effective than those that we are implementing in the U.S.? Also, what type of interventions can we math teachers in the U.S. implement to promote more success amongst our students and help them be more successful in math? Here are some of my key findings for each country. In the United States, there's a big emphasis on teaching to the test. As stated by Andreas Schlagcher, Director of Education and Skills at the OECD, students are often good at answering the first layer of a problem, but as soon as students have to go deeper and answer the more complex part of the problem, they have difficulties. In Hong Kong, there's a big focus on student-centered classrooms. Student-centered classrooms, as the term suggests, is a method of learning or teaching that puts the learner at the center. Students are expected to be conscious of their learning and to monitor their own thinking. In a study conducted by Song and Kapoor to restructure the classroom and explore new ways to flip the classroom in order to enhance students' conceptual understanding, the findings show to improve students' conceptual understanding and problem-solving skills. Over in Singapore, there's a huge emphasis on foundational learning, deep mastery, a growth mindset, visual learning, and mental math as a core principle. In fact, mental math is one of the cornerstones of Singapore math, and its emphasis is on helping students to calculate mathematically in their heads, thus developing number sense and place value. My final conclusions is that as a nation, we shouldn't compare ourselves to others and let rankings be one of our driving factors. As a nation, we should not put too much value on who's leading the charts. Instead, we need to focus on what we can learn and what we can adapt from others to help us be more successful. Improving our scores is going to take time. It's going to take dedication. It's going to take us coming together as a nation to address our flaws and figure out what exactly we need to do. It's going to take a lot of trial and error, but in the words of Patrick Awa, the ability to confront complex problems and to design solutions to those problems, the ability to create is the most empowering thing that can happen to an individual, in this case, to a nation.